This is the God Imhotep representing the Peace channel. Please educate all children every day. Today's topic is what's going on with Afrika Bambaataa. Welcome.
In the land of the blind man, the one-eyed man is king. Every time I spit, you're standing still like mannequins. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. Spit fire, flow water, who obeying they thirst.
It's saddening and it's heartbreaking to read as the story uncovers about Afrika Bambaataa and the allegations that he's facing at this particular time. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the story, but Star and Buck from Star and Buck Wow has his own show on YouTube. It's called Star Chamber, and he's been breaking the news since the beginning of these allegations came forefront, and he's had a lot of interviews with a lot of victims and also with a lot of people who worked closely with Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation. It's really hard to deny a lot of the information that's coming out forth, but as stated, it's all alleged until it all comes together in one cohesive story. We just have to all sit and wait for our hearts to break completely. The basis of this particular topic is not to throw dirt on Bambaataa's name or to discredit any of the alleged victims. There's a conscious awareness now that there's a lot of child molestation happening to young males in our communities, specifically the Nubian communities. Now, we know that females are molested a lot, and that's the same case with men. But even less men come forward telling their story that they've been molested as children or taken advantage of as adults even. That comes a lot with the fact that men feel like it emasculates them if they come forward with this type of information. So the question is, how long has this been going on in our communities? And why have we accepted this as normal behavior? And why are people covering it up? So this is bringing a conscious awareness and a shift, and a lot of people are coming forward telling their stories as young males and what happened to them growing up. 4 out of 5 girls that I know have been molested by their family member. Imagine how many brothers I don't know have been molested by their family members. Where did this all begin? Where is this learned behavior? This is actually post-traumatic slave syndrome, and this was touching and type of sexual behavior that was learned by the slaves from the slave master. And you go back into American history and you'll hear a lot about female slaves being taken advantage of and raped by the slave master. And there's very small pieces of information out there revealing slave masters sleeping with the male slaves as well. We were thrown back into society after we were slaves with no mental health clinics to help us address the behavior that was learned and the psychological damage that was done to us during these slave times. And now that carried behavior came into our communities because we were fighting for civil rights and just to get jobs, but we weren't fighting for equal mental stability. So now that type of behavior is passed down from generation to generation, and we within the Nubian community accept that because it's less negative treatment than we were receiving when we were slaves under the white master. So we're still accepting this type of punishment, but just within our own households. But since all these extra beautiful things are happening alongside with it, we feel that this negativity is minute in comparison to the beauty that's being brought forth by the Nubian men in our communities. It's shocking for this to come to the forefront. I guess the question is, where do we go from here? How do we start encouraging the men who have been molested to come forward? How do we support them? And what do we do about all the people that knew the whole time and never did anything? What do we do about the people that have been doing it? This is Imhotep signing off for the Peace channel. Please educate all children every day. Peace.
In the land of the blind man, the one-eyed man is king. Every time I spit, you're standing still like mannequins. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. Spit fire, flow water, who obeying they thirst.